You guys, j'apologies. I'm not Chloe Feynman. I am here to have a good time.
You are.
Yeah.
I have to say thank you for, Chloe couldn't make it. She had some stuff in California, couldn't get back in time, and you've stepped in like a true angel, so thank you so much. We all love Katie, so.
Dan, how's your day going? This is like you just had a baby.
Yeah, stretch marks, like lots of cocoa butter, we're good. No, I'm feeling really, really good. Today's been lovely. I had a great morning at Good Morning America. I came home, Gus had breakfast for me. It was very sweet.
Shout out to Gus.
Thanks, Gus.
And then where are you tonight?
Tonight I'm going, after this, after I sign all your books, to watch What Happens Live, which is very exciting. I'm going to be the bartender. I've never seen an episode of the show, but don't tell me.
Are you doing like a lasagna cocktail?
No, I made cookies. Actually, Jordan made cookies. Thank you, Jordan. Jordan made some cookies for my book because I was kind of...
I love it.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't tell Andy any of it. Do you have questions?
I do. I have a lot of questions for you.
So exciting.
I'm going to start with a hard one. Why? I don't know. What was the hardest thing about writing this book?
Oh my gosh. Well, actually, so I think me being me, I sort of anticipated what the hardest things were, and I asked people for help.
Yeah.
So the harder things, like writing recipes, like actually writing the book, I was very well supported. But I would say the hardest thing for me was actually the creative piece, getting through the photo shoot. I've been photographing my food and my world, basically in my window of my apartment in Brooklyn for 3.5 years, and figuring out how to translate that from my apartment, my world, to a studio with a photographer, a food stylist, a prop stylist, and a lot more people in the room, actually really was very difficult for me, but I'm really happy with the way it turned out. It just was a big jump for me.
Isn't it interesting? I mean, this is, a lot of people in the world try to be visible cooks, and they try to do this, and they do the recipes, and they don't make it. Most of them don't make it. Why do you think so many people resonated with your channel, especially during the pandemic?
I hope it's because I'm just a regular girl, I'm just at home cooking. I think that I've just happened to spend most of my free time throughout my life in the kitchen and listening to my aunts and my uncles and my grandparents and anyone who was giving tips about how to have a life at home.
Yeah.
And I was really taking notes, and I think that during a time when people were specifically asked by the government to stay home, I was able to really help them be a homebody, which I'm professionally now doing. So my sort of life experience of being an indoor kid and an indoor adult sort of translated to a pandemic, and I was able to help people, I think.
Do we have other indoor kids in the room?
Yeah.
I like that. I also wanted to say that I discovered you because someone sent your account to me a year and a half ago, and I was like, who's this hunk in the kitchen? And it took me a while to realize that Gus was in the picture and I was married. But
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but just so cute, right? Yeah.
Well, that's so sweet of you.
You're so welcome.
I'm blushing.
I'm gonna go all over the place. So your mom wrote an entire guide to cleaning for the book, which is in the book that you already have.
Yeah.
Why? How did this come about?
Well, so my mom, my whole family are sort of part of they're sort of characters in my little universe on Instagram, and it's really sweet. And I think when my mom comes to visit me, she just immediately tears into my house and cleans it. Yeah. And I like to clean, but my mom has a true Italian mom, passion for it. So I've done many stories over the past 3 years of sort of her doing that, and everyone was like, I need all of her tips, I need all of her tips. And in the back of my head, I was like, it's gonna go in the book, it's gonna go in the book. So I asked my mom when we were writing the book, I said, can you type up all your tips for cleaning and send them to me? And in the mail, a week later, I got 5 pieces of notepaper, and she had handwritten all of her cleaning tips. And they're literally exactly how they were in the book, on the paper that she handwrote. So it's very sweet.
I love that.
Yeah, and they work. Like I've been doing them my whole life. So
Does she have like is she like a barkeeper's friend?
she's the friend of barkeepers.
She's
absolutely. Yeah.
I don't know. Is she also a Ziploc woman?
Yeah, she puts the Ziploc over the faucet and ties it with the cleaning solution, so it actually like cleans the inside of the faucet and gets all the gunk out.
A Star is Born.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Wow.
Yeah, it's huge. You got it. It's the best part of the book. Domino just like they were like, oh, we want to do something in your book, and they were like, we're gonna do your mom's guide to cleaning.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's actually on Domino today, which is amazing.
What?
Julie Bodnell, our friend.
Sure. Yeah.
Love Julie.
Also, I would want to like live with your mom. I think you should
Yeah.
consider moving back home.
I just bought this house, and she was like, actually the condo next to mine is open, so you should buy that.
Yeah, agreed.
Instead, and I was like, okay.
Maybe I would.
Yeah.
I like that. Also, I have to pay you another compliment. Like we're just sitting here, friends, chatting. But do you know how inconsistent most people on the internet are with like giving you resources and like like the grocery list and everything that you do for your people? You really put a lot of work into it.
Thank you. That's so
Yeah.
sweet.
It's true. Like I watch him answer every single DM and like every single person's question, and I just couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's just like
Put in
I
the
can't
work.
believe that people are interested in my life. So it's always I'm sort of like, of course you like sure that's what toilet paper I use, of course. Like here you go. Like why not? So it's wild, but I love it, and I'm also just sort of like, why not? It's just so fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's I don't know. People
Yeah.
are so weird.
Yeah.
But like not you. I'm saying
Yeah.
like people on the internet are very like, I'm not gonna tell you where my rug's from. I'm like, why not? Like what?
Yeah.
Let's
do it.
Speaking of rugs, where's your shirt from?
Oh, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
So because I'm insane, I picked like 6 tablecloths from the book and hired a tailor. My friend Eddie, who's in the back, helped me. Hired a tailor and made custom shirts for my book tour out of tablecloths from the book. And this is like the
Are you gonna? I'm snapping. Are you gonna sell those maybe?
They are too expensive, unfortunately. Most of my budget in my advance from the book is in this shirt. But it's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, I'll take this opportunity to talk about your beautiful hands. Did everyone catch Dan on Good Morning America this morning? If you didn't, go back. It's a good watch. You do the recipe where you combine affogato and tiramisu.
The tiramisu, yep, the tiramisu affogato.
Yeah,
it's a
classic tiramisu.
A classic, yeah. 2 things we didn't know we needed to combine.
But I just have to say, again, this is for my own personal moment, is that we have the same size, shape, hands, and so when I see Dan's hands cooking, I'm like, this is what my hands look like on TV.
Oh my gosh, this is the first time I've ever gotten this feedback. It's so comforting. Thank you.
Yeah, and they look beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you do your own nails?
Absolutely. No, I have bare paws. Like I truly can't do, like I could never.
Who does them?
I go to, on Fulton Street in Brooklyn, there's some like amazing nail salons that I go
Oh, you just go to like a nail salon?
Yeah, I go to the nail salon.
Okay.
You know.
All right. I don't know if you have like a special trick.
No. I don't have a hack, you just go get your nails done. Class.
Haven't heard about it. I don't know. At some point while you're watching
It's
this,
in my link in bio, actually.
you'll notice my nail pattern on one hand and.
Yeah, no, they're gorgeous. I was staring at them. They're really good. What? Oh, there's nothing on this hand. You have a nude hand. That's a good mic hand.
Yeah. Okay. Your book, which I'm gonna get this out. It has a bit of like an illicit moment in the center.
There is some porn in the book. I'm
Yes.
sorry.
I don't know. Have you guys all opened it and seen the big porn spread? I got uncomfortable when I saw it.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous. Here. you can
Oh
help.
my god.
It's a centerfold.
Yeah. It's a full centerfold. With the drip, it feels really dangerous.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, I love this chapter. First of all, it's a 1 recipe chapter. And I was chatting with my editor early on, and I was like, I want to do a whole chapter of just sandwich recipes. And she was, because I was like, I made so many sandwiches during the pandemic, like it's such a thing for me. And she was like, probably not your first book has a whole chapter of sandwiches. And which was really smart. And I was like, okay, but we have to do the Italian sandwich, and I want to do something really major. And then I was like, can we like physically like print a centerfold, like a true like, you know, Playboy? And she was like, absolutely. So we just decided early on that the very center of the book was going to be this like sexy Italian sandwich centerfold.
Is it the only cookbook with a centerfold?
Oh yeah, duh, obviously.
Feels right.
No, I have no idea, but sure.
No, I feel like that's yes.
Yeah.
The only book.
It's the only book
with
ever.
a centerfold.
Yeah. It was
only cookbook.
And I have to say, like, my food stylist and my photo team and everyone, like, that was the best day on set. Like, the entire back of that sandwich is paper towels because we were just trying to make it like taller and taller and taller. So it's, you know, obviously it's exaggerated for effect, but and it serves 1 to 6, by the way. So you just per the recipe.
Are you nervous about the recipes? I know you've had people test out. I mean, now it's like in the people's hands. So
it's in the hands of the people.
Have you had a lot of testers outside of your own kitchen?
Yes, absolutely. So I hired a professional tester.
That's a job?
That's a job, yeah, of course. Jackie. And I actually was like, I don't want to meet you until you're done.
Oh.
Like, I just don't want you to know me. I want you to, because like, you know, like I feel like I have to make everyone love me, and I was like, you know, schmooze, and then she would be able to tell me if she liked the recipe.
Yeah.
So I was like, just like, I'll talk to you at the end, which was really great. And then I had my friend Heather, who I think Heather's supposed to be here. I don't know if she is. Heather is, Heather anywhere? Heather is, we used to work together at my last job. She's a mom, she has 2 little kids. She like sort of admittedly doesn't know how to cook. And I was like, perfect recipe tester for my book. So she would test my recipes and sort of tell me like, my kids loved this, they want it again. Like sort of like, what's a mom who doesn't really know how to cook doing with my book? Like I wanted to know. So
I am a non-mom and I don't know how to cook, and I have made 2 things from your book, and it was easy and it was delicious.
What after I came to I was at Katie's house in Maine like 2 weeks ago. What did you make?
The zucchini.
The zucchini.
Yes.
So good. It's zucchini season. Make the zucchini.
Because like who cares about zucchini? It's the worst, right?
It quite literally is. But the marinated zucchini, which is what you made, and the beanie zucchini balls. Now's the time.
It's zucchini season. And
you now know.
And I also made the sauce. Everyone here has made the sauce, right?
The sauce.
With the W? Yeah.
The sauce.
Yeah, the sauce.
The sauce. Yeah.
Actually, Dan did a whole Zoom cooking class with my Mega Baby team.
Yes.
And it was like the most fun thing that's ever happened to me.
I did a lot of Zoom cooking over the pandemic.
Yeah.
It was super fun.
It was great.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay. Well, let's go here. What is Gus's favorite recipe in the book?
Oh my gosh, sweet Gus. Gus is such a good eater. I'm so proud. And he truly ate everything unless it had nuts in it, because Gus can only eat almonds. Fun fact. You know what it was. But I think the best reaction that we got out of Gus, and me being Casey, Casey's over there. He worked with me on some of the recipes, was the mushroom bolognese, because we gave it to him and he didn't know it wasn't like regular meaty bolognese, and he was like, "This is the best bolognese I've ever had." And I was like, "It's all mushrooms. There's no meat in here," which I wasn't trying to make like a fake out bolognese. Like I love embracing that it's like mushrooms.
Yeah.
But he just thought it was like hearty and meaty and like sticks to your bones. So.
Do you think that my Gus would?
I think
John, do you think we could trick him into it?
I think he would love it.
I don't know.
John, we're gonna make it for you.
Yeah.
John and Gus are sitting next to each other. It's the cutest thing in the world.
Yeah. John's wearing fashion blades.
Yeah.
What's
the link? Does John link things? No.
I don't link John. You know?
That's Gus is like fully linked.
No, because ladies are in the DMs. You know what I mean? And I'm like, no, you don't
we
know
sort
his
of
name.
welcome. Well, no, I'm not gonna go there. Okay.
We sort of welcome it. We love it.
Yeah, we love DMs.
Do you know how many men have tried to hit on me in my DMs? Like approx 2.
No,
Lies.
No, that's lies.
Yeah.
I was one of them.
No, I tried to hit on you. I was like,
did.
what's up? What are you? You're making. You dedicated your book to Bimby, which is so cute. Did everyone cry when they turned to the dedication page? Did you all see the dedication page?
I feel like you all have a book and can turn to it yourself.
It's really sweet.
That I wanted to explicitly destroy everyone with that page. Like it was like everyone has to cry. If you're gonna cry once, it's that page, and it's just the sweetest thing in the world. And Bimby, I mean, he's the reason, you know.
I might cry right now. Where is Bimby today?
Bimby calls me like 3 times a day at this point. He's so cute. He's so excited. Today he was like, Mary Lou called me and she got her book on Amazon, but she doesn't know when it's coming. I don't know what to tell. Like, what do I tell her? And I was like, you can't. There's no starting point there because he's So he was just like, I don't know how this works. I'm from a different time. It's really cute.
But Bimby feels like this is his book.
Yeah. No, he's fully in the book.
Tracking the charts.
Yeah.
No, he can't track the charts.
Yeah, he's tracking.
No.
He watched me on Good Morning America. He said all the ladies were into me. But he also like, I don't know, it's so weird. We don't know what Bimby's like take is, because he also every day he's like, how's your buddy Gus? You know, it's like a whole thing.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows we live together, but also thinks Laura from Good Morning America wants to like bang. You know, I don't know.
Well, two things can be true.
Maybe he thinks I'm bi.
I don't know.
But that'd be cute. Bimby's like super into like, you know, what are your pronouns, like all that. Okay. Sorry.
No, I can confirm that. Also, Gus is referring to your book as they meet.
Oh yeah,
which is very fun.
It's you know, I almost called it Let's Meet, M-E-A-T, but that didn't go over well.
I like it that Let's Eat, because I wouldn't have bought Let's Meet because it's too much meat.
Yeah, it's actually like, people keep asking how many vegetarian recipes are on the book, and it's a lot of vegetarian recipes, and I do offer a lot of subs and just sort of like freedom to sort of replace steak with like a, you know, cauliflower steak, and it's the same, you know,
I like that.
Go for it.
I can confirm, so you were at my house in Maine like 2 weeks ago, and it is like living with a private chef, and he just like kept showing up with snacks, and like the kitchen, the dishes kept being done very fast.
I lined up the Yetis.
Yeah, he lined up the Yetis and was like, I put these away for you.
They had to be in a line. I just can't, that stuff on the counter, like I'm like, it's gotta be in a line.
I'm a nightmare. But,
a little bit.
My question is, do you have so like, you know what, the thing is, this can all feel like work sometimes, because once you start having to like engage and like, you know, putting the book together and like prepping for things, it's tiring. Is there something you do in your kitchen to like reset and bring you home, or just anytime you're in your kitchen, are you not thinking about work?
No, I think I definitely do a lot of stuff. I mean, I think just like in the morning making breakfast with Gus and just like having coffee, like that doesn't feel like work. I mean, I take a few photos and I post them and it's like whatever, but that's just like, I do that, I do that girl. No, I think my favorite thing, actually, and I was talking about this the other day, is like, because I sort of like do like the holidays before the holidays, right? Like, like a brand, like I worked at brands for years, and you would be like shooting, you know, Christmas in July or whatever. That's also QVC, but you know what I mean? So like on Christmas or Thanksgiving, I actually love to like cook other people's recipes. Cause like, I used to do that so much more before Grossy became a thing, and I would cook so many other people's recipes, but now when I'm cooking, I'm always thinking about like, okay, how can this turn into something for me and my followers? But it's so nice to just like, you know, cook an Andy Baragani recipe. Hi, Andy. So yeah, you know, or like just cook the lovely recipes that my friends make and all that stuff.
Who is one of your other favorite people to pull recipes from?
Oh my gosh, there's a million. I mean, Ina, always.
I just wanted to hear you say it.
Yeah. Ina.
Has she reached out yet?
She hasn't, no, she commented on a couple Instagram posts a while ago, but no, there hasn't been.
Okay.
She's so turned.
It's very Julia, you know the movie, Julia, right? But then she didn't really like Julia. But I feel like Ina and Dan could get together.
I feel like, I mean, we have the same wardrobe, like,
I got a Jeffrey.
I think Gus and Jeffrey would be like down and pals, you know?
I love that.
Yeah, if anyone can put a word in, go for it.
Is she here?
She's here, yeah. Ina's here. No one would be looking at us.
Okay, so food. Let's talk about it.
Love it.
food can be very joyful and beautiful, but food can be like a pretty big trigger for a lot of people. I do body acceptance work on the internet. It's like when you say like work on the internet. It's like I have an Instagram account. Just kidding.
You do a lot. No, but you've written a whole book
thank you.
about body acceptance called
Talk.
Body Talk, and we
No
have
big
the
deal.
same editor. So we
No
do
big
amazing.
deal.
So Katie wrote an amazing and beautiful book. Who was also your book designer? Was my book designer. Do you know that?
What?
Yeah, we have the same book designer.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. It's great. So, anyways, Katie, body acceptance, huge advocate. For
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, this must be why I love the design your book so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, okay. Right. So the thing is, food can be really triggering for a lot of people.
Yeah.
And I feel like I never talk about food on my account because I just don't want to like deal with people's emotions around
They
it.
have a lot of emotions.
Right?
Yeah.
But all you do is post about food. So can I ask,
Yeah.
do you ever get things in your DMs or do you like...
Everyone here knows I do. Yeah, I do, and I think, you know, it's a lot, and I do sort of like call people in with sort of comments that they
Call
make.
people in.
Call them in, not out. Because I think for me, I get so many DMs from people that I take like how do I like take to heart from people who say like the way that you present food on the internet is joyous and uncomplicated, and it allows me them as a person with an eating disorder or a history of disordered eating to follow you because I have to unfollow a lot of other food accounts, and that's important to me because I have a very complicated relationship with food, and I always have, and I've worked on it for years, and it never goes away. You just sort of like get better at it. So in order for me to continue to like sort of share what I'm doing and have joy and excitement around it, I have to tell people sort of like, if you're sort of like here, this is how we talk about food and this is how we don't talk about food. Because I'll get people, like some woman the other day was like, actually it was Gus's cousin, sorry. She was like, problematic, I'm calling her. No, she was like, if I lived with you, I would weigh 10 billion, we counted the zeros, 10 billion pounds, and I was like, what? Like, what is that supposed to, how am I supposed to take that? So I just had to be like, no thank you, like this isn't how we talk about things around here, and it really helps because I think people get it, and also when I share that I have boundaries around it, people are like, thank you, you're teaching me to teach my daughter about boundaries around food. So it sort of like snowballed into this thing that I now really feels important to keep doing, but it's also something I've learned a lot myself over the years. Like I wasn't born to have boundaries around food, it was the opposite, right? So, yeah.
Oh, it made me cry. I really think that, I don't know what other like person who's in the food world thinks like that. I can't think of someone who does. I think that's really special.
I'm sure there are plenty, but I'm
never
happy
seen
to be
one.
one. You've never seen it. I'm just happy to be able to like have a platform and be able to talk about it because it was a huge part of my sort of like issues in life was my relationship to food, and it still in some ways is, but it's certainly gotten a lot better. Interestingly, in the past 3.5 years, my relationship to food has gotten a lot better because of everyone being sort of with me on this journey, which is really cool. So,
Really?
Yeah.
What do you do with leftovers?
Make the leftover pasta frittata. No, and I do have, but people do ask me this all the time. I have, you know, people, I think, I grew up in a leftover household. Like the fridge was stocked, the freezer was stocked, the counter had, like we don't, you know, Bimpy was like a child of the Depression.
Yeah.
He's like in the back room at ShopRite, like asking for the 5-day-old like moldy food, because he's like, we can still eat that. So we don't throw stuff out, and so that was part of sort of like what I was sharing with people during the pandemic, like how to make something and make something else with it. So there's some stuff in the book, a guide to sort of like what to do with leftovers and how to really sort of like reuse them or how to even keep them. Like when does something go bad? Like use your nose. Does it smell bad? Don't eat it. You know, like simple stuff like that.
I am not a leftover
A
person,
lot of people aren't.
but I feel like I have and I would eat your leftovers.
Okay. You have?
I
visibly saw you eat my leftovers.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Well, see, we're
But
working
my
on it.
mom has like a steamed bowl of broccoli from like 2 nights ago, and she's like, "Do you want this?" I'm like, "No."
Yeah. But you could make like a nice like cheddar broccoli omelet with that.
Okay. I haven't read Let's Eat yet, but I will bring that energy back.
That's
when
not
I
in
go
Let's
visit.
Eat, that's just sort of
like,
in my head. I'm
you
just
know,
giving
no,
out
it's
free
very
tips.
good. How did you come up with the title Let's Eat?
Oh my gosh. Don't look at Amanda. This was a journey. I sort of stupidly thought that my book would just be called the GrossyPelosi Cookbook, which like is a great name for a cookbook. No, I mean I think like it's sort of like the Barefoot Contessa Cookbook, the GrossyPelosi Cookbook, but GrossyPelosi is sort of like a strange name to have on the cover of a cookbook. So I sort of took a lot of time to think about it, and I think eventually came to Let's Eat because, and this goes back to food and how we think about food and having a complicated relationship with food. I actually love Let's Eat because I think it's very uncomplicated and straightforward.
Let's eat.
It's just like, let's fucking eat. Like, what, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry about it. Just like enjoy it, dive in, last plate on the table, like let's eat. And it's sort of like, that's kind of it. Like it isn't trying to do too many things. It just wants you to start eating.
I like that.
And hopefully without complication.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Did you have any titles that you wanted that got rejected?
Oh my god, there was like so many Apple iPhone notes. I had some really bad ones, but I can't go back there.
Okay.
Yeah, there was some horrible names.
Okay, so you have entire chapters centered.
Oh, one of them was Nana Your Business, which I thought was kind of like, had a lot of good meaning to it. Like, we're gonna Nana you, like Nana your business, but also like none of your business. Should we get a Sharpie?
Just refer to it as this. You have a lot of chapters centered around a single recipe, like dough and marinara. What makes those recipes so special?
Well, I certainly think marinara is a recipe that I've had for a long time.
Do you ever call it gravy?
No.
Like The Sopranos? No.
No, and that's fine. You can. It's not.
No one ever has, by the way.
No, they do. It's just not how my family does it. We call it marinade. Marinade.
Oh my god.
Marinade. So I just wanted you to be able to like master a couple recipes in the book and then make multiple things from them and have those recipes in the fridge, in the freezer, and like sort of ready to go always. So the marinara chapter and the dough chapter teach you how to really make pizza dough and marinara, and then also give you like the dough chapter, you're making pizza, you're making garlic knots, you're making cinnamon rolls, you're making stromboli rolls, you're making fried dough, all from the same dough. So it's kind of like best mom ever, Like the kids had friends over for a last minute sleepover, like grab the pizza dough out of the freezer, like we're gonna make cinnamon rolls for, it's like that kind of
just like looking at John, I'm like, pick up the book. Like, let's go.
Yeah, right. Go home and make marinara.
Yeah.
So and then the marinara is the same thing. It's like you're making lasagna, you're making ragu, you're making eggplant parm, you're making, beanie zucchini balls. But like if you know how to make that marinara and you know how to make it your own, you can make meals for, endless meals.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, you have a lot of like famous people on the back of your book that have given you blurbs, which is really hard to do. I don't think you get how hard, maybe you do, but I don't think you get how hard it is to write a book. It's so hard. And people like Amanda Hesser, like,
that's amazing.
Yeah, they get like asked to blurb everyone's book. Like, I don't know if I have a question here, just more of, it's so incredible that you got.
I feel really lucky. I think the process of asking people is very vulnerable.
Oh
I did
my
not
God.
anticipate this.
Yeah.
And you just are sort of afraid of rejection.
Everyone rejected me for the blurbs.
Really? No,
No, I swear.
No,
No, I like blurbed my own book.
I have to say, like, you blurb your own book.
Yeah, next
You're
time
like,
you can blurb.
You can. Is that an option?
No, I'm just saying, like, no, it was just the back is me being like, you guys just read it.
Well, I mean, I'm very lucky, like, unfortunately, like, I put Andy in a position where he couldn't say no to me because we're like very good friends. Thank you, Andy. But your neighbor, Busy Phillips, blurbed the book.
I know, no, everyone but me.
Yeah. Oh, but is that what we're leading to? Is this about how I didn't ask you to blurb the book? I think, it's also, it comes at a wild time where like, I had the first pass of the book, so I sent out my book when it was not even anywhere near the way I wanted it to look, and was like, tell me what you think, and like, it'll be on the back of the book, and it's a wild situation, but I love these people, and they're so supportive, and it's amazing.
And thank you guys so much for coming and for supporting and for buying the book, and I'm just so proud of you. Yes, no, I cried here like 3 times. I feel like we are reaching audience participation time. I'm looking for someone in charge.
We're getting close.
Here she is. Okay, all right. right?
Is that the end of your?
That's the end of my.
That's the end of your question.
Otherwise, it's just gonna get weird, and then
It could get weird. It's already gotten weird.